Okay guys, we've designed one of, if not the most complex and high skill ceiling combat systems ever put in a video game. How should we implement it?
7 missions.
7 missions?
6 of them are previous missions, but slightly changed.
What? How?
Mild inconveniences, played backwards.
That's like 2 to 3 hours tops. The player won't have enough time to understand.
Also, this better sell Call of Duty numbers. See you tomorrow.
According to Hideaki Itsuno, in a 2019 interview with Archipel, Devil May Cry 4's budget was about on par with DMC3 despite the greater time and effort the new generation of consoles required. Devil May Cry 4 was also the first Devil May Cry game to be built from the ground up for multiple platforms, thus requiring even more blood and sweat. They didn't have the time or money to make the ideal game they wanted. They would have run out of budget making more unique levels for Dante, so they just repeated some stuff. Extrapolating from this interview, it does sound like this wasn't a last-minute choice. Itsuno identified a problem and dealt with it in the best way he knew how. So that leads to... You know what? Let's chill for a second. Come with me into the van and let's grab some coffee. You comfy? Good. Something I really want to be good at, and I'm not saying I am, is understanding the reasons why games are the way they are. Devil May Cry 4 is a funny one in that aspect. I wasn't there, but it's clear to me that they were short on time and cash. I'm sure lots of games end up here, so they put out a compromised product. Did they make the right choices? Is there any way it could have been better? In a world of infinite possibilities, yeah, I guess. With much thinking, I don't know, maybe just have Nero? Expand him a bit? I think he's in a really good place in DMC5, but there's definitely something missing when you play as him in 4. Nero was created to make a character that would be more appealing to new players, someone less complicated and easier to pick up and play. I think they succeeded. Then, for the hardcore fans, you still get Dante, but I don't think you get enough of him, and frankly, it doesn't feel like this is his story, or that he even has much place in it. In the whole game, he barely gets winded. Remember, crucifixion doesn't do much to him. 2 problems, though. You know what I'm gonna say, right? Dude, the backlash. People were mad enough about Nero. Can you imagine if Dante was gone completely? Then you've got losing Dante. If you really spend the time and kick your own ass into gear, what Dante can do in this game is truly next level. It's insane, and it would be insane to lose that. I think they figured it out, much later in Devil May Cry 5. I'm going to make a video about that too, but the relation here is the level design. Not many people complained about it, but the levels in Devil May Cry 5 clearly reuse a lot of sculpting assets. Most of the game takes place in the tree, and I imagine it was easier to design that stuff with goo instead of having to make logical buildings and locations. Making things more abstract but simple could have given Dante more time to spread his wings. It's not like people play these games for the level design. But DMC5 had more time in the oven, so what do I know? That's my question for you. Knowing they had such limited time and assets, how could have priorities been shifted to make a better game? I want to add on here the special edition. 3 new characters but 0 changes to the levels. Is it really that hard? I suppose when creating a new moveset, most of the work is done in a more preliminary sense. You aren't creating mini models or effects, a lot of it is perfecting numbers and timings. I would have still really appreciated some new geometry. Oh, and while we're here, I want to get off topic for a second. Remember the dice game? So you played as Nero, right? And it takes forever if you don't know the trick. Which you don't because it's your first time. Then Dante comes in the same room and just no-sells it. Nope, not doing that again. So what's the message here? Dante is too good for this, or that one time was enough? Well, all of Mission 19 is that, so I guess if Nero had a higher power level, we wouldn't have to put up with this? Or I lied about this being off topic. Maybe they were just that desperate to pad the game length a bit more. Nevertheless, I think they could have done without. You know, you just see so many people talk online about how it's a cool fun fact that DMC4 was rushed and had a troubled development, but the specifics on that aren't clear. I think you'll find most big game studios will mention similar things. How drastic was it at Capcom in comparison to everyone else? I'm not sure. I do like DMC4 despite its shortcomings. It's a totally functional game, but it all feels like PS1 3D graphics. Like they can look cool, but the constant Z-fighting makes them look like they aren't quite put together right. That's DMC4, a good game that just isn't quite put together right. And outside of simplifying level design so more could be made, I don't know how it could have been put together better. That's where I'm leaving it. Now I want to ask you, presuming no increase in time or budget, but with the benefit of hindsight, what would you have changed? You've heard me spiel, so now I want to hear yours. But first, let's get out of this van. She'll be back soon. See you later, and thanks for coming by.